Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another chatty video. Thank you so much if you watched the last one where we talked about worrying and worrying about what others thought. And today, as you can see from the title of this video, I thought it would be really good to talk about, I say perfectionism, but that's like a massive topic with like lots of underlying issues. What I want to touch on is this idea of being perfect online and putting forward or putting out there this perfect world that we have, when we all know, all of us, there's nobody watching this right now that looks on social media at the beautiful, beautiful pictures that some people post and know that that's real life. However, the effect that it has on people trying to match this lifestyle that people are portraying is having detrimental effects. And I am not perfect, because I at times think that I put forward this beautiful looking work life and I have to remind myself that my audience is bigger now. I can make it look rosy and beautiful, but what's that actually going to achieve when I know really that it's not like that? So I don't really have a plan to this video, and it is very bright, so there's a bit of shadow going on from my flowers. But this is the thing, it's about being perfect and like making perfect videos, and like, what does it matter? What does it actually matter if, yeah, the lighting's a bit crap, or I've got a huge spot today, or you know, like all these things that I tell myself that I'm like, oh right, well I won't film now because I don't look my best, or we need to stop doing that. So the reason I kind of want to talk about trying to be perfect online is because I'm just seeing it more and more. I'm just seeing more and more at kind of both ends of the spectrum. I'm seeing people who are showing this filtered lifestyle, which there's nothing wrong with doing that. I'm somebody that does like to take beautiful pictures. I like to, you know, show my space in this best light and do all of that. But it also has to be balanced with reality. And the reality is, when you see these beautiful shots of somebody's life, or like the thing I'm seeing at the minute is like mini vlogs, like day in the life, and it's like people like making a beautiful coffee and putting it on their beautiful desk, and then they're doing their little bit of work, and it's like jazz music. And I won't lie, I do that too. I get it. But we need some reality in there. And the reality is, they probably cleaned before they did it. They probably made that coffee 4 times because it didn't work, or they spilt a little bit. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, where did the reality bit go from social media? It's very, it's almost like we're seeing mini movies that people have written, directed and things, and if that's what people want to do, that's fine. I just wish there was some reality in it. There was some disclaimer that was like, by the way, this isn't my life all the time. I've set up this shot for this purpose. So just please bear that in mind, because this is what I mean. The other end of the spectrum is, there's Rebecca, I've just made that name up. There's Rebecca sat at home with a little baby, sick all down her, going on Instagram, and all she sees is the beautiful feed and beautiful reels of people's lives, and she sat there thinking, I'm worthless because my life is chaotic. That makes me really sad to think that poor Rebecca's feeling that, when the people that she's looking at also have chaotic, crappy lives. Like, everyone's a mess. So this is my petition to by all means, have the beautiful feed, have the beautiful Instagram, have the beautiful YouTube. If that's what you want to put out there, and look, I'm somebody that does that. I love to take beautiful pictures, but I also like to think that I tell you what's actually happening. You know, I show it all the time, but my life is a mess, a chaotic mess. If I take a lovely picture at my desk, I've probably tidied it before I've done that. Maybe we need to do like a realistic day. Let's put a date in the diary where we all take a picture of our desk as it is, without cleaning it, just to show like how life really is. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe I'll inspire people by doing that today, because I really do worry I worry for the people that want to put themselves out there online but are stopping because they don't think they're perfect enough, or they aren't good enough, or their space isn't as nice as everyone else's. And we're missing out on so many wonderful stories and wonderful creators because of that. And it's all because Instagram, YouTube, Reels, all these things is kind of promoting the beautiful lifestyle, which isn't real. The problem we have online is that people go on Instagram to be entertained. They go on Instagram to feel inspired. They go on Instagram to find inspiration. There's nothing more inspiring to me than somebody that takes what they've got and runs with it and makes it amazing. So if you are currently working from your dining room table, maybe it's chaotic, that is inspiring to people. That's what you have to remember. I say this a lot to my patrons because we have a lot of these discussions on Patreon, on our Zoom calls. When we make content and when we make posts, the thing that stops us hitting post is, what is the person I looked up to going to think of this? Because I'm nowhere near their standard. But you have to remember, they're not worried about you. They're worried about the people that they are trying to reach. So what you need to post about and who you need to post for are the people that are 6 months behind you or 6 years behind you, where your situation right now is their ultimate goal. You have to remember that. Even the person that is sat at their dining room table, who can only do work maybe for an hour on a Thursday because they're busy with kids, got a full-time job. There's some people out there that can't even do that. I'll never forget getting a DM from a girl who was out in the Middle East. I can't remember where she was exactly, but I remember her just saying, and this was when I was working from home, in my little back bedroom, and I remember her messaging me saying, like, you have got the dream. You've got the dream, because I'll never be able to pursue a creative career. My family won't let me. And I just remember thinking, like, I'm sat here worried about what the big artists are thinking, like, that have their own studios, are doing all these massive things. Like, if I post myself in my back bedroom, how rubbish is that gonna look? I shouldn't have been worried about that. I should have thought, wow, I get to do this every day. I get to work from my bedroom, be creative. I'm going to share it for the people that aspire to that and inspire them. And when you start to think about creating content like that for the people that are 6 months behind you, 6 years behind you, it becomes more fun and you're less worried about being perfect. You just want to be real and show that it can be done. And that's when I had that shift in my head of, I am making content for the people that, you know, maybe are in the back bedroom, you know, because that was me 2 years ago. We just have to stop trying to make this perfect. Who are we making it perfect for? And the other thing is, not to go on another tangent, what is perfect? Because I don't actually believe it exists. I am very fortunate to have chatted to some of my favourite creators now, like people that I looked up to when I was getting started, people that I just thought, oh my gosh, like, you are just insane. And I still think that now. I think they're bloody amazing. But what you realise when you chat to these people is that everybody has insecurities. Everybody is worried about something that you wouldn't even think about is on their mind. And they're always striving for better. I've not chatted to one person, and I've chatted to people with so many followers you wouldn't even believe, and not one of them thinks they've made it. Not one person thinks that they've, like, done everything they want to do. You're constantly going to strive for better. So when you've, in your head right now, the person you have in your head that you think has made it and, like, they're perfect and they can't get better, I can promise you they don't feel like that at all. They actually, and this is how I feel, I have more insecurities and more anxiety the kind of more my business grew. And I'm somebody that is sat in my own studio right now. I am paying the bills. I'm doing everything that I wanted to achieve. Back in 2019 when I started these vlogs, I had no money, a newborn baby, and this would have been the ultimate dream, right? What I have right now. And now I'm not even close. Not even close to where I want to be. So we have to stop striving. So basically, I've been chatting for 10 minutes and I don't really know what's come out of this video. What I want you to remember, there's a few things I want you to take away from this video. Social media, although it's wonderful, it's a great tool, it's a great communication device, you've also got to remember it's a storytelling device for people. I am going to be making a very conscious effort, even more than I am doing, to find the balance of showcasing my brand and making beautiful content and doing all of that inspires and helps people, but also shows the very real side, that it's not all fine and dandy. You know, my desk is a mess. I've got medication everywhere because I'm poorly. I've got a tampon on my desk. We don't talk about these things more, and we should. We should. This is real. I know it's just a desk, but think about it in the bigger picture. The more we share real, to me, we are going to have less burnout from people working so hard trying to achieve something that is unrealistic. We will have more confidence in people wanting to get started because they can relate to what they're seeing. I think that's, as somebody who has a Patreon community, and I really encourage people to put themselves out there, I host online markets where I encourage people to put themselves out there. The biggest thing is people are terrified. They don't want to put themselves out there. And what are they terrified of? I think it's they're terrified that they're not up to the standard that they think everyone else is. The truth is, we're all the same, right? We're all the same. I might be just a couple of years further down the line from you. Maybe you're just starting out. You have to remember, I started out in 2014. I've been doing this a long time. Remember, we've all got like different timelines going on. But also remember that perfect does not exist. And when you're watching content and consuming content, you have to tell yourself that. Like, really dissect what you're looking at. It's fine to enjoy what you're watching, whether it's really beautiful vlogs that have like beautiful angles and things. I admire people that do it. I personally, I don't have the time to do it. I have to just make content fast. And what I found is when I make content quite fast, it's more real. So by all means, watch the beautiful vlogs, look at the beautiful content on Instagram that's beautifully shot and beautifully lit, but also really think about it and think, how has this content been made? You know, they've got a beautiful camera, they're in beautiful lighting, the editing software, the sound design. Just start to question, right, that is a beautiful picture and a beautiful setup and it looks like a beautiful life. How have they got to that picture? Is it real? And in some cases, some people might have just the most perfect lifestyle. Perfect, I hate that word. You know, where things are really tidy and all like neat and nicely put away. But 9 times out of 10, I reckon that beautiful shot you've just seen has been put together for the camera. And it might have been a mess half an hour earlier. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because there will be people out there that are tidy and have this really like beautiful life. But I can guarantee the majority of us, it's a shitstorm. And yeah, I think the more that we talk about it, the more we share of the real behind the scenes, I ultimately think the happier we'll all be, because we'll realise that we're not messy, we're not unorganised, we're not imperfect. We're people, we're normal. This is normal. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being here for this little chat. Let me know your comments below, your thoughts. I'd love to get your thoughts on this. I will be sharing my desk. So this video will go up in a couple of days, so go back on my grid post, comment on it and say that you've watched this video, let me know what you think. Maybe share your desk, realistic desk post, I'd love to see it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be back next week for another chat. Lots of real talk here on the channel. Thank you so much. See you soon.